And this is where you're making your fatal mistake, Andrew Schulz. You're disrespecting somebody that black culture has wrapped their hands around. Maybe just for a short time being, but black culture has wrapped their hands around Kendrick Lamar. That is who we are championing. That is who is speaking on behalf of black culture.
Young black man, just be who you are. Young black man, you were meant to be a star. Young black man, keep yourself away from violence.
Back at you with another video. You already know how we coming. Welcome to the neighborhood. All of you are neighbors now. Thank you guys for all of the support, the continued support, the like, sharing, and the subscribing, the boosting the channel up with like 200 subs up in the last couple of days. And I really just want to thank you guys. I'll probably start every video like that. But let's get directly into this Andrew Schulz situation. If you do not know, Andrew Schulz responded to Kendrick Lamar's bars from the GNX album, and he had some choice words. Let's get into it.
Let me get it. I'm so old I had to squint my eyes. And that was not a racist joke. Okay. The N-words that coon, the N-words that being groomed, slide on both of them. Whoa. That seems like a call to violence.
It does.
Why would he call to, if he's about protecting black people, why would the call to violence be towards the black dudes, not the white guy making the joke?
Well,
Because you have no idea what culture is. You have no idea what black culture is in any way, shape, or form. When we say niggas, that goes for anybody. When we're saying the niggas that coon and the niggas that groom, that goes for any race, color, creed, or species that we're referencing in that moment. But you wouldn't know that because you're not a part of hip-hop culture. You're not a part of black culture. You exist somewhere in the outer limits of fuckboy culture.
you gotta understand.
What?
Well, no. You gotta understand.
I snitch.
To all of my Caucasian neighbors who's in the neighborhood, if you are easily offended, I advise you to head out right about now because this is where my blackness blackens. I don't like the fact that this Indian nigga and this white nigga is even having this conversation on the couch with a black nigga who ain't defending nobody or ain't even speaking up for his own people. Cool. Not his beef. Not his fight to fight. I don't like the fact that those two niggas is even having this conversation. You see, this is my problem. All you had to do was be accountable for your words, bucko. All you had to do was be accountable for your words. But your white ego, it won't. Your white ego won't even let you. It won't even let you be like, my fault. I said something that came off wrong. Didn't know. It's cool. I apologize. You ain't even gotta say I apologize. My fault. It was a mistake. Your white ego won't even let you because you don't deem it necessary to actually, you don't deem it in any way, shape, or form necessary to be accountable to black culture, to black people, to Kendrick Lamar, to black women. You don't deem that necessary. Your white ego doesn't. Come on, bro. We know better. But this is where Drake made his fatal mistake. Drake spent his entire career. And let me make the comparison of Drake's whiteness to your whiteness. Your white egos, man. Your white egos. It's always going to be the downfall. This is where Drake fucked up. Because in the midst of Drake dropping some of what society would deem some of the greatest music out, you know what he also did? He demonized, disrespected black people that we love, like Common, Serena Williams, Kanye West, man. I mean, Jay-Z, he disrespected the culture in a way that his white ego didn't see or didn't think was necessary to identify with. And you're doing the same exact thing. The reason why this isn't going to go well for you, the same reason why it isn't going to go well for Drake, is because not like us did not just mean he's not like us. It meant he's not like us in spirit. He's not like us in culture. He's not like us in identity. He's not like us in ebonics. He's just not like us. And you see it in his suit, and I see it in you. Sometimes you disrespect the wrong black person. And this is where you're making your fatal mistake, Andrew Schulz. You're disrespecting somebody that black culture has wrapped their hands around. Maybe just for a short time being, but black culture has wrapped their hands around Kendrick Lamar. That is who we are championing. That is who is speaking on behalf of black culture, on behalf of black women, on behalf of black men, on behalf of black girls, on behalf of black boys. It's Kendrick Lamar. His albums express that. His mannerisms express that. All of his music expresses that. And then in the same interview, you made jokes about assault in a sexual nature towards Kendrick Lamar. You already know the history of white men in assaulting black men. So I don't even know why you thought this would even be a cool topic to even joke about. You see what happens when Saucy Santana said that to academics? That nigga cried on stream. Let's keep going.
I tell. Litigation. Okay? You go squabble up in a jail cell.
Here's what you got to understand about Ken. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his.
All of this is deflection. All you had to do was be accountable. Not this little Indian dude, but the other. I don't even know if that dude's Indian. He definitely looks Indian.
Music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait a minute. Just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and rape of R. Kelly? And actually, in reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to protect R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual predator,
and black women?
Oof, children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
Not breezy. Not breezy.
Okay, let's get into it. Andrew Schulz. And to the black people who are in an uproar about this, don't be. He's nobody, and he's not a part of culture. I see that commentary a lot, like, oh, we got to stop letting these people in culture. He's not a part of culture. We know Andrew Schulz from sitting on the side of a more famous black man, which is Charlemagne the God. And if you do not know, Charlemagne the God also had his own allegations against his name. And to not smut Charlemagne the God's name out, those charges was dismissed. But in the moment, I didn't hear this uproar about, assault from Andrew Schulz. He sat on the side of him during them Brilliant Idiots days. He sat on the side of him when Charlemagne was going through his own situation. I didn't see no backlash. I didn't see no outrage from Andrew Schulz. And this is what I mean about these people. It's not necessary for us to be upset. He's not a part of culture. This nigga isn't Eminem. He's never contributed to black culture. He's never contributed to hip-hop culture. The nigga barely has contributed to comedy. Like, if we're just being real, like, if we're just being honest, he hasn't even contributed to comedy. The nigga is not funny. But just to kind of a little bit of pushback, let's get into this article. Here's a headline from an article that I read earlier. Kendrick Lamar threatens to pull music from Spotify over new hate contents policy. Kendrick Lamar reportedly expressed concern that the policy unfairly targeted black people of color. Let's just start there. In here, it does reference R. Kelly. It says, and immediately after R. Kelly, XXXTentacion, who have been accused of sexual misconduct, TK, who is currently awaiting trial on murder charges, was also reportedly removed. Okay, let's just dive a little bit deeper. So I found an article from Pitchfork, and this is top from TDE talking about reaching out to Spotify on Kendrick Lamar's behalf. He says, I reached out to Troy over there. We had a conversation, and I expressed how I felt about it. I expressed how I felt about censorship. How you can't do artists that way? I don't think it's right for artists to be censored, especially in our culture. How do you pick those artists? How come they didn't pick any artists from any other genres or different cultures? And that's the preference that Kendrick Lamar was making when saying that. Is that I can guarantee you start getting into the Stings and the Mick Jaggers and the U2. Oh my, the amount of, oh my, we know. The point that Kendrick Lamar was making in making those threats was on behalf of the fact of not that these people have done things that they should go to jail for. It's just that if you're gonna do it to everyone. Don't just do it to them. Don't just demonize black culture. So I'm a continue. He said, there's so many other artists that have different things going on, and they could have picked anybody, but it seems to me they're constantly picking on hip hop culture. So from reading that statement, does it sound like Kendrick Lamar was singling out to defend R. Kelly? Or to defend XXXTentacion, which I do think that's kind of what it was over? Or does it sound like he's saying, yo, y'all are trying to pick on rappers because it's easy. Y'all are trying to pick on rappers. You're trying to pick on hip-hop. You're trying to pick on black culture because nobody's going to scream out for help but black people. And when black people scream out for help, no one cares. Andrew Schulz, here's a word of advice. Stand on your words. Stand on them. 2025, man. Stand on your words. That's my stance from here on out. Stand on your shit, brother. That's all I ask of you. Be a man. Because I know right now in the moment your white ego won't let you play the middle. Your white ego won't let you say, maybe I was wrong, Kendrick, cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You gotta be defensive. You gotta defend yourself. And that's fine. But when you're done defending yourself, we won't forget. We will not forget. And I promise you, if Charlemagne says anything outside the realm of, no, this motherfucker was wrong, I'm on his ass too. I expect the neighbors in this neighborhood to be on his ass too. With that being said, I'm out.